All right, I'm cooking pork tenderloin. This is one of my favorite weeknight proteins. It's super quick cooking, it's pretty cheap, and it's also lean, so it's healthy. So if you get tired of chicken, try pork tenderloin. We're gonna start with a spice rub. Super easy. This was actually taught to me by my friend Anna Stockwell. I'm gonna use a teaspoon of each. I've got pepper, kosher salt, ground cumin, and light brown sugar. The cumin gives it a little bit of an earthiness, and the brown sugar is a little sweet, so it helps make a nice caramelized crust. And then rub it all over the pork. You just want to coat all the sides with your spice rub. Evenly coated, ready to go. I've got my heat medium-high. I'm using cast iron. You could also use stainless steel. I like cast iron because it holds heat really well and it gets a nice sear on the pork. All right, I'm gonna test to see if my pan's ready. Listening for the sizzle. Hear a little sizzle, so it's ready to go in. So something you read in recipes all the time is to brown the meat on all the sides. The reason why you want to do that is the actual browning of the meat gives it more flavor and it helps it cook evenly all the way through the meat. So you can see I've got a nice brown crust on all of the sides of the pork. And the brown sugar really helps kind of caramelize and create that crust. And now we're ready to go in the oven. I'm going to cook it until it has an internal temperature of about 140, which is going to take about 10 to 12 more minutes. 140 gives you a nice kind of pink interior, or you can go a little bit farther if you want it cooked a little bit more through. All right, let's see what's going on in here. Should be just about done. You always read about feeling your hand to feel if the meat is done. I don't like to follow that. I like to use a digital thermometer, which always tells me exactly what the temperature is. So looking for about 140, and we are there. All right, and it's onto the cutting board to let it rest for about 5 minutes. Okay, I'm ready to make my pan sauce. I'm gonna drain a little bit of the excess oil here, just so my sauce isn't too greasy. Don't forget, this handle is still really hot because it was in the oven, so keep your towel around your handle. And I'm gonna turn this on to medium and add some white wine. And that's just gonna deglaze my pan, which basically means it's gonna help loosen all of the really tasty brown bits from when I browned the pork tenderloin earlier, and that's gonna make a really nice flavorful sauce. So I'm just gonna cook this until the wine reduces by about half. It's gonna take about 5 minutes. Just let it simmer away over medium heat. So if you're browning meat in a skillet, you're halfway to a pan sauce, you might as well go ahead and make one. Don't let it go to waste. All right, my wine has reduced by about half. So it's time to take it off the heat. And I've got cold butter here, which I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon at a time. And the butter's cold because I'm trying to emulsify it into the sauce. All right, last piece is going in. Just a little bit of seasoning, a little salt, pepper. I'm gonna add a squeeze of lemon for some brightness, and some fresh parsley. Okay, we've got a nice, rich and flavorful pan sauce, and we didn't let those brown bits go to waste. All right, the moment of truth. Let's see how I did. So it's nice and juicy. It's got a little bit of a rosy glow in the center, but it's cooked just the way I like it. Since it's just me, I'm gonna take the whole thing. Little sauce. There we go. And maybe just a little bit more fresh parsley on top. All right, let's give it a taste. It's juicy, it's flavorful. We did an easy spice rub. We seared it in the pan, finished it in the oven, and then I made a quick pan sauce. It all happened in one skillet, so just got one pan to clean. I could eat this Tuesday, Sunday, any day.
Monday?
Love Monday. Monday too.